Oh my. So a bunch of match videos have been piling up on my phone. I needed to get them out. I have a bunch of other stuff going on. I should be doing other stuff right now, but, well, you know, I'm a slow learner. Alright, first match is Christmas 2-gun. I'm actually wearing a Christmas sweater. Back in December here. First stage, one of the things I'll comment on, you have to shoot everything through Windows. I'm shooting a PCC here. You'll see that I start malfunctioning. And long story short, I thought I had a PCC working. I actually have it on video working elsewhere. Turns out it only works with one variety of mag. 2 of the 3 mags I brought to this match were not the ones that it worked with. And so I ended up running all the other stages. So this one is a dumpster fire. Just can't get through more than like 5 rounds. And then you'll see me run all the other stages out of 1 mag. So figured it out, but you're just going to see me struggle through a lot of malfunctions here. And I changed mags and it was just the 1 mag. Turns out it's one entire brand of magazine. Now I know.
Up on principle, but that's all that's keeping me going here. I got a gun for sale.
Stage 2, same gun, different mag. It's working. Hooray. Start off with some very small rifle targets on top of hostage targets, so if you miss, you would incur penalties. You just had to aim super carefully there between 2 positions to get all the targets, and then move into a mostly straight flowing alley, corridor, shoot house type setup. You can't quite see what's going on this stage, but you have to shoot certain targets from certain colored boxes. And I actually got 1 or 2 freebies here from the wind blowing things down. But then you just go finish up with pistol. Honestly, another kind of accuracy-centric stage. Oh, also, I forgot to record the long-range stage for this one, but long story short, it went fine. All right, so this is the Ringing the New Year night match, and I loved this match last year. I came back this year to shoot it with PCC. My complaint for this year was that they drastically shortened up the stages and reduced like movement and made just the match finish up and move a lot quicker. I'm considering that a downside because I think it was too simple. I think it was too small. I think that it was. I thought it was good last year, and I don't really think it was worth traveling to this year. I don't know. It's still nice to be able to shoot at night. I shot with a white light obviously on a PCC. I was on a squad full of everyone else in my squad was rocking nods, which was actually a great group, wonderful people to shoot with and everything. I had a lot of fun. But like I said, you put all this together, it's like, less than 60 seconds of shooting, I think. So the stages were super short. I didn't love that part.
Stand by. Over.
Some night shooting commentary. It's fun to be able to watch your bullets go downrange, and just for your own knowledge here, I just recorded a little bit of just the muzzle flash. It truly was dark by the time everything darkened down. Sometimes the phone makes things seem a little bit lighter than it is, but it was dark night. All right, so because I'm financially irresponsible, I built myself a 22 upper, a dedicated 22 upper. Love it, by the way. Lots of fun, but I'll have to shoot a lot of rounds to make that equation break even. Regardless, I chose to shoot Rimfire Division in this month's two-gun match here. On this stage that you're watching, I was shooting... you could have shot your full-caliber rifle here. Mine malfunctioned on my burner ammo. It's a long story. It was just, like, dang near took the whole gun down. Long story short... I struggled on this stage because it's really hard to audibly call hits on these long-range static steel targets when you're shooting rimfire, or even frankly with PCC. This is a stage that really needs like a rifle caliber to show and be able to confidently have your hits called. I'm not mad at all. I just think that I had a lot of hits here that weren't called, which is fine. I'm there for fun anyway.
That was 2 on the big one. That was a miss.
Hit.
Hit. Hit. Hit. Hit. That's what I was going to say. Eventually, one of these will hit. Number 6. Hit. Hit.
Good.
Okay.
Long range stage, always boring to watch. 3 positions, 3 mandatory targets per position, out to 300 yards, 2 hits each, 1 target at 400 yards. You engage from any of the positions of your choice. Went pretty well, and obviously I'm not shooting rimfire for the long range stage.
Hit. 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 Hit.
Bonus.
Hit.
That was 2 hits.
2 hits.
You're good. I heard it.
I didn't see it.
No.
I heard it. I was just right there.
Hit. 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 Hit.
Finishing up with a lateral movement, windows, limited engagement, positioning stage. I honestly don't remember what I did wrong here. Looks from penalties, it looks like I probably walked by 1 target entirely. That being said, hey, the rimfire upper, which isn't the only time it'll make an appearance in this video, is running great. My rimfire pistol, Taurus TX22, is rocking it. I had a lot of fun shooting those things, and I'll continue to do it in the future. Spoiler alert. So this one is Shoot GTR 2-gun match. This was special because they, instead of doing 4 stages, they did 3 longer stages. They called it like a super stage or super match. On this one, you'll see that the stages are generally just longer, higher par times. The other thing I'll mention about this is that honestly, I would have preferred it if they limited the squad sizes here, because they kept the squad sizes a little bit bigger to still allow about the same number of shooters to shoot, and that really slowed down the day. I mean, we're talking that it probably took us around 2 hours per stage, which to get everyone through it, which is just a large amount of time. I would have preferred if they limited the number of shooters to maybe 8 to 10 per squad to help everything move along a little bit faster if they're going to do a long format match stage thing like this. Anyway, this one starts off with some long-range rifle that you've already been seeing. You couldn't go prone. You had to shoot the rifle while standing, and then you go run around the corner and finish up with pistol. I think the key to doing well in this stage was just blazing through the long-range rifle with minimal trouble and minimal time investment there, because most people probably spent about the same amount of time on pistol. I'm sorry. What I'm trying to say is that every shooter probably shot the pistol portion in about the same amount of time, or close enough to it. The real-time differentiator was how quickly you shot your rifle, and a little bit of how quickly you wanted to run. If you were taking your time on running, it was, yeah, going to be slower.
Oh no.
All right, this next stage is a shoot house. You'll see me shooting things in what looks like a strange order. This is the order you basically had to do it. It just would take me too long to explain it, so trust me that I had to do certain things from certain areas. But this was a good stage plan, except for that in my second rifle position behind the barrel there, I took a knee. Turns out you couldn't see one of the targets if you took a knee. You really needed to be standing. So I did mess around with my positioning there and cost myself a little bit of time. Otherwise, I think I shot the stage about as well as I was going to. I think my stage plan was good, and yeah, went well.
No, I don't think somebody reset it right.
All right, so this last stage here just had you shoot certain things from certain positions. Again, it would take me a little bit of time to explain it, but basically I did what I felt was the best stage plan, and I think it worked out pretty well. My critique of this stage here is that in competitive shooting, there's really only a very small number of things you do that ever really result in accidents or like negligent discharges or unsafe things. And one of the only dangerous things people get into is grounding or holstering a firearm, especially with respect to like holstering a loaded pistol when they're trying to move fast and they're distracted by other things. No one got hurt this match or anything like that, but it is something that I think is unnecessarily risky, and the stage could have had its, rule or flow modified to to do something to address that, but instead the way to do it was to holster a hot pistol. I'm comfortable doing it. Not everyone is, and frankly, it's one of the very few things in competitive shooting that can be dangerous. So honestly, my input here would be don't have a stage that mandates 4 or whatever hot reholsters. That's not good.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Standing reload. That's my specialty.
And you're smoking it. Two. 1, 2. 1, 2.
All right, we're back at NFDCC. I'm shooting rimfire again here. Still loving it. One thing happens on this first stage that really throws me off. I'm shooting knockover steel with a handgun, and one of them just doesn't go down, and then that just completely flusters my stage plan. I fail to shoot a swinging target. I just didn't even shoot that entirely, so I got a 15-second penalty for that. And I like just completely flub my stage plan, and I'm have to go back for my gun and wait, what am I doing? I have another position to do. So yeah, that target not going down just really, I don't know, it was blanked me. It was also the first stage of the day, and I guess I just wasn't mentally there. So probably could have said this at a number of other stages before this in this video, but it's a reminder that like the mental and stage plan part of competitive shooting is really important. Being able to recover quickly and keep yourself on track, and I was just not in the mindset to do that. And it happens, and you show up tired or whatever, hungover, still drunk, competitive shooter stuff. All right, I am not actually shooting rimfire on this stage. Again, you can option into a larger gun for the stages that are, where it's relevant. And I do here, because of the commentary I gave on the last one, where it's like if you're shooting static steels at 75 yards, whatever, with rimfire, it can be really hard to hear. Anyway, the only thing I really don't love about this stage is that there's a little bit of subjectivity with like how hard the wind was blowing when the moving target was moving across its thing, and like what that presentation looked like. It wasn't exactly the same for everyone. It's fine for a local match, where it's something that doesn't matter at the end of the day. You're doing it for your own development and for fun. But yeah, for other shooters, when the wind was blowing hard, had a significantly harder shot than I did, for example. That's what I'm trying to say here. All right, long-range stage. Long-range stages are boring to watch. I say it every time, and they are. They're exciting to shoot, but they're boring to watch. I get that. Just like before, 3 mandatory targets per position, 2 hits per target, 1 to 300 yards, 1 target at 400 yards. And if you hit it twice in a row, you get 30 seconds off your time. In a match like this match uses total time scoring. The other GTR match does as well, actually, the other 2-gun match. And what that means is that your score at the end of the day is just the total time of all your stages added up, and whoever has the lowest one wins. That heavily favors stages like this. Like, it puts a really heavy emphasis, I would almost say an undue emphasis, on these longer stages that a lot of other shooters, recovering a 30 or 40 second gap on someone that they gained on you on one stage is virtually impossible on those other stages. It's basically can't happen. So this stage really tends to determine the match. Anyway. And final stage here, back on rimfire, still loving it. another lateral movement, limited engagement position type stage, and let's see, is there anything else worth mentioning? Oh, yeah, the one downside of shooting rimfire is sometimes the timer doesn't quite pick up everything, which I think happened here, and so they actually just estimated my time based off of this video, which, again, I'm totally fine with. You know, about 48 seconds, and that's fine with me. Just something to note if you're shooting rimfire, maybe communicate that, and you can try to get the timer closer to your final shot or something. Closing thoughts, mental game totally matters. Being able to recover, keep a good stage plan is very important for competitive shooting. I say that all the time. That also feeds into like your biomechanics, your how hungry are you, how thirsty are you, you know, has it been a long day, is it your 5th stage of the day and you're just tired, whatever. So that all that stuff plays a huge role. Gear is fun. Ultimately, it's a distraction. So what I'm trying to say is, you know, I was messing around with uppers and PCC or whatever here. Ultimately, all that stuff is really just a distraction or a way to keep, it can be fun. It can be a way to keep yourself interested, but you truly don't need to be doing that stuff if you're just starting out or still developing and shooting. It's stick to a smaller set of gear here, and you know, don't worry about buying more stuff. And then, oh my God, these fucking videos, dude, I cannot even.